Alrighty, in this video we're going to do a quick tutorial about setting up your programming environment to better mimic what happens in a programming contest. For example, here is a problem on Caddis. If you're logged into Caddis, you can do all your editing in Caddis and then submit, and it automatically judges your solution. But maybe you don't have or don't want or can't get an account for Caddis, or maybe you're on a different platform for your programming competition, like DOM Judge. So in that case, you want to be able to use these sample inputs easily with system or standard input, but have them in a file so you're not at the console. So that's what we're going to do here. I already have a solution coded for this problem, odd echo. I've got Java and Python. So let's look at Java first real quick. So here is my Java solution for it. If you have a different solution or you haven't done it yet, it doesn't matter exactly what happened here, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. So don't worry too much about what this code is doing. The code of interest here is this piece, which is the shell command for running it. Often for beginners, we're in the console, but we don't want to be in the console. We want to be in the system shell. So I'm on Repl.it because Repl.it is an online editor. It's free, it's easy, it supports lots of different languages, and it gives you shell access to execute your programs. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to just copy paste this. Repl.it also makes it really easy for me to share this with you. You can fork this project and play with it yourself. But there you go. This command is the Java command, which means we're going to execute a Java program. The next word is main, because that is the class name with the application entry here. Then I've got a less than sign, or a opening angle bracket, or a left angle bracket. Lots of different ways to describe this. I'm probably going to call it left angle bracket or less than sign. And then the name of my text file. And the text file is right here. It's just a file in the project, and it has all of that sample input from the problem. In Repl.it, it's really easy to add a new file. Just go to the new file icon right here, and then you can name it whatever you want. I named it input.txt. It really doesn't matter. For example, in DOM Judge, the test cases are all in numbered files with a .in extension. So 1.in, 2.in. But that's all behind the scenes. You hardly ever see that unless you are setting up a contest. So just name it whatever you want. It just has to match the command you put in the shell. Same thing for Python. Very, very similar thing for Python. Here's my equivalent program that solves the problem. But I have a command here for executing in the shell. So here is Python 3, and then main.py, which is the name of the file I want to execute. And here's that left angle bracket once again. And then input.txt is what I named the file in this project as well. So I ran that command by pressing enter after pasting or typing it in, and then it executed the program. So that's how easy it is. I recommend Repl.it for this. Other online systems might work if they give you shell access. There's also the possibility that you want to do this on your system. For example, if you use Visual Code Studio or some other editor, you might want to execute this at the command line on your Windows, Mac, or Linux box. So let's do that. I've got my solution here in brackets. That's one of my editors that I like. Again, cross-platform, free, easy, it supports a lot of languages, but it can't execute the languages. So here's the sticking point. In order to execute Java or Python or most programming languages on a specific device, it has to be installed on that device. Now, Macs usually come with Python, so that's easy. Depending on the version of your Mac, it probably has Python 2 or Python 3. This one has Python 3 on it, and it's already installed. Windows boxes do not come with Python by default. You'll have to install it. And Linux, I'm not entirely sure which flavors of Linux come with Python pre-installed. So depends on your system. You will have to figure that out. It's a little outside the scope of this. But you'll see something very similar here. This is that exact same solution in Python. Here's my input.txt file over here. They're both on my desktop. So that's easy, but you got to figure out exactly where you want to save those. And then open a terminal. I've already got a terminal open. Maybe I'll close that and show. I just use my Finder to open the terminal. It's the same on Windows. I would just use the Start menu to then search for the command line interface. So here is my terminal on my Mac. I don't know exactly what I just copied there. Let me look at where I'm at. So I am one level above my desktop. So I want to change directory to my desktop. And then that's where my main.py and my input.txt are at. So here it's the exact same command, python3, main.py, left angle bracket, and then the input.txt file. That's the name of that file. There it is. Good execution of my script from the command line using the text file as my standard input. So that will help me with being set up to work on solutions to problems in a more programming competition-like environment like Caddis or DOM Judge. There we go. Hope that helps.